It's clear after all these years, Sōsuke Aizen is still one of anime's most iconic villains. And may I say, if we were just judging purely on aura, would genuinely be the greatest. People usually point to his character design, his overwhelming power, or of course, the broken Kyoka Suigetsu. But I actually think all that misses what makes Aizen so great. Because his greatness goes far beyond his Zanpakutō ability. And by the end of this video, I'll open your eyes to the real reason Aizen became one of anime's greatest villains. This is Blessed Anime Hot Takes, and today we're talking about why Aizen's power was never about Kyoka Suigetsu. I'll keep it 100. To this day, Kyoka Suigetsu is still one of anime's most broken abilities, fitting for one of its best villains. It can manipulate anyone without them ever realizing, quietly preventing almost any would-be enemy from ever having a real chance to defeat him. But with that alone, Aizen will have just been another villain or remembered solely for the ability and nothing more. Then he also has his overwhelming Ryatsu, which warranted him being named one of Yuha's 5 special war powers, because within Bleach, Ryatsu conquers all. You cannot hope to defeat someone when the difference between you is insurmountable. Then there's the power he researched his whole life for, the Hyokyoku, granting him seemingly unlimited transcendence. So you'd be completely valid in saying Aizen's standout characteristic is simply his overwhelming strength. But I'd still say all these powers are simply manifestations of something much deeper. And to understand that, we first need to look at Aizen himself. Aizen's power all derive from who he is, as they do for all the best written characters. Watch my Naruto and Luffy videos for further. And Aizen is no different. To begin with, let's look at Aizen who he was without the powers. He was a deceptive guy at heart, always playing the long game. And what does that show? Here's what I think, at least. It shows he's a cunning person, always able to read a room, social, capable of building trust and familiarity with almost anyone. He never needed to throw his authority around. He has kept a healthy distinction between I'm your superior, but you can still treat me like an equal. They're courteous, someone people willingly grant favors to. And that's what made Aizen's charisma so interesting when we really look at it. Because despite falling into that stoic and nonchalant archetype, he could still draw people in, make them trust him, admire him, even love him. And once you have that kind of influence over someone, you have the ability to manipulate them. That's why I describe Aizen's real power as mastery over people. And his abilities were simply an extension of that. Think about it. Perfect hypnosis requires an understanding of yourself and other people to such a degree that any lie can become the truth. His immense Ryatsu reflects that same unbound will and ego. So when you look at Aizen through those lenses, Kyoka Suigetsu doesn't feel like the thing that made him who he was. It feels like the perfect manifestation of the person he already was. And through all this, Aizen became iconic because there's a certain edge and aura characters like him have. It's refreshing to see someone take ruthless action, completely unbound by morality. Where in other characters, we see them constantly battle with their decisions. They try to balance what I would say, the objectively right thing to do, with their own personal moral beliefs. And this can become extremely tiring and frustrating when done poorly. But when you get a character who knows exactly who he is and just acts, low-key, I think that's who we all sometimes secretly want to be. It shows this fascinating, extreme side of freedom. And I think so much of that comes down to one simple word: ego. Egotistical characters will always be cool, because unrelenting self-worth is a beautiful thing to see in fiction. Especially because in real life, we're constantly told that having an ego or being prideful is bad. You're made to feel small, to know your place. Characters like Aizen say, I'm good with all of that. I am who I am, and I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, and how I want to. And maybe that's all there really is to it. Sometimes it's just cool watching someone know exactly who they are and refuse to be anything less. That's Aizen, and I know Kyoka Suigetsu could have belonged to anyone else. But let me know what you think. What makes Aizen as iconic as he is? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Given that it's
Until
built the
then,
same way as the cross in
stay
Woken.
blessed.
We have to destroy that canopy.
No need for that. All I need to do now is strike it with my spiritual pressure, and it will collapse. You haven't sensed the change in Yuhabaha's spiritual pressure. Why go all the way up to the royal palace when I can simply shoot it down for you?
He's gonna shoot down the royal palace? No way! Is that even possible?
It's no use. Remember, this is Soul Society technology.